and you can pretty much do it in perpetuity.
Yep. The Sports Hub.
Similar to what the Yankees did this year, a run it back kind of sense? Or do you think there might be potentially, based on individual contracts, that while the core will be the core, do you think there's a chance that we have 2, 3, 4 player turnover or no?
First off, most of our guys are on a contract. Right. We have a couple guys who are not. If we could bring back the whole team, right, exactly as it is, I think why wouldn't you, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know if we're going to be able to.
Just contractually.
Right. Just contractually.
And some guys are going to get bigger paydays, and good for them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're willing to stretch, right? But there's certain things in the NBA that you have to be, suicidal to do, and we're not going to do those. The one was called the second apron. Cannot go into the second apron.
Got it.
But it's. But that's up to Leon, right?
He's making all the decisions. You're just stroking checks, right?
Yeah, I'm just telling him how big of a check I can write. Right? I'll write as big of a check as possible, but I can't write a check that goes into the second apron.
Simulcast beams across New England and the country on NBC Sports Boston. That's brought to you by Supercuts Real Smart Hair. I also want to say the 4 o'clock hour continues to be brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. Our guys at Premier continue, as do we, and I know all of you, continue to send their best to Chris Gasper while he recovers, and wish all the dads, especially their dad, the guru, the late, great Mike Albert, a happy Father's Day. Give yourself the gift you really need this Father's Day, a waterproof basement, especially after all that heavy rain yesterday. To schedule with Grace, call 844-LIVE-DRY or visit premierbasement.net. This Father's Day, it's, what then? It would be, game over for water. What was I just going to say? James Dolan and the apron. First of all, kind of a dick thing to do the day before the parade. Okay, taking out whether he should go into the apron or they should, right, whatever. It's like...
There's just the timing of it, you mean?
Could you wait for them to get off the boat? Well, they don't do duck boats. Could you wait for them to get off the freaking
podium,
buses and the podium before you say, we're not going to be able to sign so-and-so and we're not going into the second apron? Like, that's... Obviously, it didn't sound malicious or anything like that. He's just answering it, but it's like, I don't know, sort of why the guy's kind of a pud, if you ask me.
Sure, definitely.
Like, I would just wait to say it. But secondarily, I also think it's a loser move. And I'm still waiting for the team to really challenge the second apron. There are teams that have gone into it and then come out of it. Like the Celtics were in it for a hot minute, and then they came out of it. You have to be in the second apron. I wrote this down. I had it. Now I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, okay, so here's the rule. If you stay below the second apron, so if you go into the second apron, but then come out of it in 3 of the next 4 years, that frozen pick gets unfrozen.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is you can dip your toe into the second apron, but if you come back out of it for a set amount of time, all those penalties go away. And so the big one is, for these teams, your first-round pick gets frozen 7 years into the future. It means it can't be traded. Okay? But if you stay below the second apron in 3 of the next 4 years, the pick is unfrozen and can be traded. If you remain above the second apron, though, in 2 of those next 4 years, that pick automatically falls to number 30 and is frozen. So far, no team has been willing to stay above the second apron for long enough for that pick to drop to number 30 and truly be frozen. So there have been teams, the Celtics were one of them, that went in there and came out. I'm still waiting for the team to really just go ahead and do it. And the guy in OKC is threatening it. Presti has said, listen, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Because I think it's really I think this is the NBA owners' version of the NFL salary cap, where they get to blame something that really isn't that punitive. I just refuse to believe that if you have a true championship team that's young enough that you would care what happens to your first-round pick in 7 years. Why should that be so you're saying that the status of your first-round pick in 7 years is more important to you than winning 3 out of 5 championships in a given era? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have the same thought.
So at that point, you should be willing to sacrifice the first round pick 7 years into the future. You don't even sacrifice it. You don't lose it. It just goes to number 30. And if you're that good, you're going
to be picking there anyway.
You're going to be down there anyway, and so you can't trade it. That's worth trading away championship caliber. It shouldn't be. And then there's other things like you cannot aggregate salaries in a trade. But then again, I would say if you have Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson in their prime and you're winning championships, why do you need to trade anybody? Just you keep rolling it back. Why would you care about aggregating salaries in a trade? You cannot use the taxpayer mid-level exception to sign a free agent. I'm doing the JO move underneath the desk. If you've got Curry, Durant, and Klay Thompson in their prime and you're winning championships, who cares about the mid-level? Go F yourself. Who cares? You can't trade cash. Again, why am I trading anything? I got the best team in the league. I don't need to trade cash. I don't need to trade anything. You cannot acquire a player from another team by a sign and trade with your own player. Okay. Why am I trading anybody? I got the best. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
So I'm still waiting for a team to get good enough, young enough, and an owner to be enough of a iconoclast to say the second apron isn't really that big of a deal. I'm going to go into it. I'm going to keep winning championships, and you can all go F yourself. I thought the Celtics could have been that team, but no. I think these private equity guys that bought the team. I think the real thing is, Maz, the luxury tax penalties.
Right, the money.
It's the money part of it that these guys are really trying to guard against. Because when you go into the repeater penalty, if you're over $20 million over the tax, it's basically $6 on every dollar spent over $20 million, and you do the math. Like you're looking at $500 million payrolls for some of these teams.
Correct.
That's what Dolan's really interested in. That's what these Celtics owners are really interested in. That's what they're really trying to get out of, the repeater taxes. It's not the aprons. I think they're lying about it.
No, because again, in a lot of those cases, the teams that would be aggregating salary to make a big deal are the teams that aren't good.
Exactly.
You want to move 3 average players for 1 great one, so you want to be able to put, 3 $20 million players together to get yourself a $60 million player, just to make it simple. So those are the ones I agree that, look, the penalties are there, but the big one is that the money, grows exponentially by the time you get up there.
So I don't know if OKC has the pockets, the deep pockets to pay all those taxes, but I think Presti is independent enough and smart enough to be the one that says, I'd rather contend for championships every year than worry about my mid-level exception and my draft pick in 7 years. I'm going to keep contending for championships every year and worry about that the first rounder in 2033 at another time. Anyway, okay, I just want to get that off my chest. There's one other little thing related to the Knicks championship that I want to get off my chest. That'll come up in a minute, but let's go back to your phones. A couple open lines if you want them at 617-779-0985. Bob in Brimfield. Go ahead, Bob.
How you doing? I'm hoping our friend in Alabama's still listening. I just wanted to expand on what he was talking about college football. Boston College can never be relevant in college football. They can't afford it. But we do have a good college fan base and good college sports programs in general.
Not really.
No, we don't.
No, you don't.
I mean, I'm coming from the perspective. I remember UMass with Calipari.
Well, that was what,
30 years ago?
We don't.
I mean, so yeah, but we're still here as a fan base.
No, we have.
They just have to give us a product.
I disagree with you, Bob. I don't think
Okay, well,
listen.
Well, I'm also a hockey fan.
Okay, so the hockey's legit. You know where we're legit? Hockey, college hockey, and the BC women's lacrosse team is awesome.
But if his case is that,
other than that, I don't know what we got.
If he's trying to say like BC can't compete with SEC teams because they're ACC, how'd Miami do last year?
Right.
The football program blows.
And it blew before NIL took over.
Bingo.
So, sorry. I'd love, neat if you could blame that, but you weren't doing too hot before that thing.
No,
started.
they haven't been good in a long time. I mean, really, when's the last time they were good? Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
And that's,
that was it.
how long?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's been a long time since they were. Yeah, it is. It's 20 years. It's a freaking generation.
Here's an interesting.
The college teams here, with the exception of college hockey, suck.
Yep.
The Division I college programs here suck at sports. They suck at them.
And I wish it weren't so. I wish BU had football again and they invested in it. I wish all that stuff happened, but it's not. It doesn't.
So just let them cheat, and we'll have college sports. That's the way it works.
Todd in Amherst with a interesting thought on the soccer. Yes, Todd.
Oh, yes, gentlemen. Love your show. I would just like your quick opinions if you've noticed that the women don't flop. And whenever women whenever they do hit the ground, they're usually really hurt. I just want to hear what you guys have to say about that, whether or not you agree or not.
I think that's interesting.
I have firsthand experience with this because I used to be the PA guy for the Boston Breakers at different times when they were in different leagues.
Okay.
And I agree with this wholeheartedly. It's why I enjoyed the Women's World Cup runs for Team USA in 15, 19. They won 4 of them, but those ones I specifically remember because they were loaded, and they don't flop, and that's the other countries too.
And here's a fact. Do you know why?
Because they don't want to be ashamed. That
our women's soccer players are tougher than our male soccer players.
I was just going to say, because they're tougher.
They're tougher. The women athletes in that sport are tougher than the men. Facts. The men that play that sport are freaking soft, and they give into it way too much. They should be ashamed. The amount of time they spend rolling around on the ground. Hit that!
What was that?
He slowed up. That was Balogun. He could have had that.
Caught up to him is what I did. You thought you were faster than me, Yank?
I think the men play like a bunch of ninnies half the time. All of them. And the women are tough. The women soccer players are tougher than the men.
Yeah,
fact.
The women aren't looking for that flop to try to get an advantage.
They're tougher. The men's soccer players spend more time on their effing hair than the women do.
Yeah, that's true,
Fact.
too.
Fact.
Yeah. No, that's right.
The women
They'll just put it in a ponytail.
Just tie it up and go. The men, how much time do you think these men spend in front of the mirror
Some of
before these games?
Are very well coiffed. It's a good point.
The men are bigger prisses, prima donnas, softer than the women's soccer players. Fact. That's a great thing we just uncovered.
I wouldn't just stop at the Americans, and I wouldn't stop at the soccer
I'm not stopping with the Americans. No,
these Aussies, too. I'm primped up today. Going to get myself an Aussie baddie.
Look at these
Bondi Beach.
These men's soccer players. How long do these dudes spend in front of the mirror? Just look at them. The women don't do that.
No, definitely not. I guarantee you Ronaldo spent plenty of time in front of a mirror.
Way more. Anyway, thoughts? 617-779-0985. Back to you after this. I want to get to the gossip first.
Everything you said is right.
Felger and Mass, the Sports Home.
Damn, New York, we really did it, man. We really did it. Wouldn't trade this for a world. And lastly, there's a lot of people that have a lot of negative stuff to say. There's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions. But when you prove them wrong, you really don't have to say to them. Nah, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Jalen Brunson, typical headline. Brunson slams skeptics as Knicks revel in parade. And that was him Is there anything more tired or boring or played out than no one thought we could do it? How do you like us now? Aren't you just sick to death of that?
Sure, it gets old.
I mean, in this case, it's actually true. Okay? In this case, the Knicks were doubted, but it's just so freaking boring. And I've gotten tired of it a long time ago. With probably you. The disrespect card, and no one thought we could do it, and to all of our critics. And it's like, guys, dude, fully half the betting public thinks you're going to win and half thinks you're going to lose. Some bet on you, some bet on the other team. And if you were a big underdog, yep, there were people who didn't think you could do it. It's nothing personal. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. Oh, don't you feel stupid? You thought we couldn't do it. Well, yeah, I bet the other team. Sometimes a good hit rate's like 55%. So, yeah, I thought you were going to lose that one. No disrespect. I got to pick someone's got to win. Someone's got to lose. Oh, you didn't think we could do it, did you? No, I bet against you on that one. I'll probably bet you on the next one. But it's just so stupid. It's just so childish enough. Like, aren't you just bored to tears of it?
Of course, it's the oldest thing in the book.
Oh, my God. I will say the guy from Seattle. Remember Seattle?
Ernest Jones.
This one was actually entertaining. Go ahead.
Shout out to these badass motherfuckers who play this game. Yeah! Wayne. Not only do we have the best defense in the world, we got the best team in the world. And quite frankly, if you got anything to say about my quarterback, you got anything to say about my defense, you got anything to say about my O-line, and you got anything to say about the city of Seattle, I got 2 words for you. You.
It's definitely different.
So that was.
Listen to the guys in the back.
No, that was. That was pretty direct.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm sure a lot of moms would be pumped with that one with their kids in attendance. But no, it's definitely more fun and more unique than no one believed in us.
I forget now. Seattle was favored in that game, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
were, yeah.
I mean, not by much. Was it 3.5?
6, I thought.
Yeah, it was
6.5.
6.5.
Oh, it was?
I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, so like playing the no one thought we could do it card, you just sound stupid, man. You were favored every game throughout the playoffs and then favored in the Super Bowl, and no one thought we could do it. Oh, God, you just come up with something else. It's just time to do something else. Please, give me something else. Unless you just want to say flat out, F you. Yeah, that's a little better.
I would really enjoy.
I love that guy.
I mean, that's great. It is great. But I would really enjoy even further if if players started trolling the team they just beat. Like if Ernest Jones, one of the Seahawks players, did that and then also followed up and said, and they played nobody. That's why we kicked their ass. Soft schedule. Yeah.
All right, anyway, that's it. I'm done with the Knicks stuff. Back to your phone, 617-779-0985. Mary's in Manchester. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mike. Hi, guys. I was just calling in about the World Cup because I find these games so great. I think that this World Cup has really increased the fan base around soccer. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep it going, but everyone's talking about it. Even in my small town locally here, that's all people are talking about is the World Cup. There's a bunch of Scots running around here with kilts as well. I just think it's been such a boon, not only for the city but just for the sport. And I hope somehow the Crafts can make it relevant with the Revolution.
Yeah, well, they got to get that stadium done. They got to start paying for international players. They got to win at a high level. They got to do everything they haven't done to this point. Get a real building, spend some real money, get out of Foxborough, and invest in it. U.S. just gave up a chance. The choking Aussie cranked over the bar.
Not even close.
And, of course, now another choking Aussie's rolling around on the pitch.
First of all, the guy setting up the play, stopped, let everyone catch up. And then the second guy blasted it over the
So this
over
is
the
a problem.
crossbar.
This is a problem that apparently our back line
Slow
is susceptible. We're up 2-0. You should not have given up this big of a chance. Like, this should be lockdown mode. This should be dormy. Put them to sleep.
Play like the Aussies
2-0.
play.
Right, yeah. Pack
11
it in.
guys in the penalty area, penalty box.
Like, how do you let that guy behind you at this stage? But anyway, I think the World Cup has been a great thing just to have on. It's just, and you know what's amazing to me? The crowds. Have you noticed how loud the crowd?
Oh yeah, no, the crowds have been into it.
The crowds have been great.
Noticeable.
Like in country you wouldn't expect. What was I watching last night?
Well, you're thinking, that Argentinian crowd in Kansas City was insane.
Okay,
the
so
other night.
I expect Argentina, Brazil, the big, but I'm even talking
South Korea,
Saudi Arabia, and it was the Saudis. And what was the match I saw that it was entertaining? But whatever, you just wouldn't. Some of these smaller, maybe Middle Eastern countries or smaller African nations are playing, and the crowd is going nuts. It's loud, and the atmosphere is great in all these games. So it lends to it. But let me tell you what else lends to it. I'm just going to scratch a personal itch. They're on TV. You come home, you put on your TV, and there's the game. You're not streaming it. You're not on some app. You're not on some platform where you got to switch back and forth. It's on TV. And if you want to change a channel, you can just change a channel. All these, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they put any of these any of these games behind a paywall,
correct.
did they?
No,
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
They're all either on this or FS1. I'm not mistaken.
And even if you're a skeptic, Mike, or a casual fan, if it's just on, you're more willing to give it a chance, as you don't have to jump through hoops to go looking for it. If it's just on, you'll be like, yeah, I'll give it a go.
You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to enter the platform. You don't have to log in, download, authenticate. You don't have to then, if you want to change the channel, exit the platform, blah, 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 all that crap that I'm talking about. These games are on TV. You walk into any bar, they're on TV. You walk in somewhere, they're on TV. That's what makes it a part of what makes it great. It's so accessible. And they easily could have dicked around and put this stuff behind paywalls like they do with the Olympics and Peacock and all. They could have easily done that stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think every one of these matches is on TV.
I think so far that's right. Yep.
And it will continue to be, I would assume.
Yeah. And isn't there only one at a time?
Yeah, I don't think there's any. Right, that's another great thing.
Right, so you can, because again, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are big soccer fans. They've watched every game of this tournament. They said
right, and I think you can because it's noon.
There's never two games going on simultaneously.
You know, it's like noon, 3, 6, and 9.
Exactly right.
And they just give up another chance. So this is annoying to me.
That was a weak shot, though.
So they shouldn't be allowing Aussie chances. This should be lockdown. Get your head out of your ass. We continue with your calls. Couple open lines. 617-779-0985. Right back to you after Big Jim Murray gets you updated.
Now, more of Felger and Maz. Now, on the Sports Hub.
I can't speak on behalf of the group, but I can speak on behalf of myself, and it's very frustrating. We're not good. We're just not a good team right now, and that's just a fact. Yeah, it's frustrating. I can only speak for myself, but it's frustrating.
Sonny Gray, after that loss yesterday, how do we feel morale is on that team right now, Mass?
Brutally low. Brutally. And I like Sonny Gray now more than I did 24 hours ago when I heard him say that. Because, again, look, I believe in the honesty part of it. I don't need the bull crap. Don't feed me some kind of garbage. Give it to me straight. That's the only time you get anywhere, for crying out loud. So, I heard that, and I said, okay, there you go. Someone's upset. He's annoyed. I don't blame him. He should be. He should want to get his ass out of here. Go find a team to pitch for.
And they should want to try and get his ass out of there and get something for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's an easy one if you ask me.
Back to your phone, 617-779-0985. Sean in Marshfield on the soccer. Yes, Sean.
Yeah, don't waste your time on the Red Sox. They need a yard sale. I would say, that caller from the Seaport, Dylan, he really grinded my gears about the soccer players. If they flop, they should be put out of the game. Thank you.
Yep. And it's okay to complain about your sports. It's actually fun doing it that way. The fact that we're complaining means we care. Tim in Nashua has a thought on the Bruins. A little Bruins talk today on Agenda Free Friday. Go ahead, Timmy.
Michael, I'm with you with the old-time hockey trade, but do you think Don and Cam have enough gonads to trade one of their big pieces like Pasta or Swayman?
No. And that's unfortunate. And I think it speaks to maybe the biggest problem in the organization.
I'd put McAvoy on that list, too. He said Pasternak or Swayman.
I'd trade anyone on the roster.
But they won't.
They won't. Why?
I just think they're too committed to this core.
Well, more broadly, I would say they just want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Well,
they want to keep the floor high.
So they make the playoffs, they keep their jobs. The only way Sweeney and Neely lose their jobs is if they fail to make playoffs and send Buffalo, meaning the Jacobs, home playoff dates. Home playoff dates keeps your job. Harry Sinden was a general manager, and he was a good one. But all he cared about was home playoff dates. He didn't care about championships. But he kept his job. He didn't win a championship, but what was he on the job for? It was almost 30 years.
Right.
Without winning a title. And why did he keep his job? Home playoff dates. Don Sweeney is 12 years and counting? His first draft was at 2015 train wreck, right?
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
2015 was his first year. We're now going to, so this is 11th, 12th year.
Yep.
Why does he still have his job? They made the playoffs, and every year but like one or two. He's delivered home playoff dates, even when he wasn't supposed to, like this year. So, broadly speaking, that's the biggest problem on the organization. So, why are they not going to trade McAvoy, Pasternak, Swayman? That's fine, because that keeps your floor high and keeps you in the playoffs.
Exactly.
So, that's, I think, the biggest issue on the team. From an ownership level, it's not championship-driven. It's playoff-driven. Here is Brian in Fitchburg. Go ahead, Brian. He has us on hold. I'll come back to you, though, if you hang on. Jim and Quincy on the Sox. Hi, Jim.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're good.
Did you guys see that lineup the other day with Mickey Gasper?
Leading off, yes.
Leading off with his Ron Jeremy mustache. This is the friggin' worst team I've ever seen. I mean, in my life, I'm 50-something years old. This team is a friggin' disgrace. How does this guy keep his damn job? It's brutal. The porn guy with his mustache. He's like, do they sell his shirts in the Sox souvenir shop? I want one.
Best Red Sox call we've gotten in ages.
Yes, absolutely. Maz, your thoughts?
He's not wrong. Look, I just, and I'm not defending you. You want to fire Brezzo now, fire him now. But you still don't know who the next guy's going to be. That's my only point. So, for sure, get rid of him. Team's a disaster. I think that we're headed that way. I think it's going to happen. History has shown that they've done it basically at the end of the year. Middle of August to middle of September, the guy goes. I think that's where we're headed.
617-779-0985. Scott in Maine. Go ahead, Scott.
Perhaps I should give the Revolution more of a break, but I could give two poops about soccer. But this FIFA World Cup, oh my God, this stuff is awesome. The crowds are there. Every venue is packed. And it's entertaining. And like you said, Mike, I can put it on any time of the day or night.
It's on TV, Scott. Makes a difference. It's on TV.
I love the way they do it. Again, they spotlight every game. You really you can, no matter where you're from, not only can you watch your team.
It's every 3 hours, basically.
Yeah, you can watch every game in the tournament, every single one of them.
No, but the buildings are full. The crowds are are into it. It's loud. It's vibrant. It sounds so corny, but it's a good take. And if you don't like the sport, then you don't like the sport. There's nothing you can do about that. Nothing. I don't care. But it's been a good take. And now the thing, why do I have to give the Revolution a break? Why should you give no, you
shouldn't.
The U.S. soccer, so they they track every market, and the ratings for that U.S. Paraguay match, city by city, Boston was the second highest rated city in the country for that match. The highest ratings were in Kansas City. Boston was number 2. So more people watch that match in Boston than any other city in the country other than one, which tells me the strength of the sport in this city, which leads me to believe that the Revolution should be bigger than they are. But they can't get a stadium. They don't invest in the team. They don't have interesting players. They don't pay for their players. They've never won. And I don't want to give them a break. My good friend Tommy Kern had a good golf match with him today. On NBC Sports, Boston was giving me the business a little bit for blaming the Crafts. He's like, Felger will blame the Crafts for anything. Felger just wants to rip the Crafts. Felger would blame the Crafts. I think he said Felger would blame the Crafts for moving trucks crashing into the bridges on Star Road Drive if he could. Which is fair. I'm critical of the Crafts. On the Revolution, who else do I blame? Who should I blame?
Who else is there?
So like on that one, I feel on firm ground calling out the Crafts for their lousy stewardship of that franchise and the sport in this city. There's an audience there for it, and they've done it a disservice by not investing properly in that team and not doing more to get a stadium and all of that. I feel on firm ground on that one. Mike in Reading has a Bruins thought. Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm really hoping next weekend at the NHL draft that the Bruins make a trade to shake up the DNA of the team. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. Look up on FanDuel or DraftKings, one of those. Look at what the Bruins Stanley Cup odds are. I know you wouldn't expect them to be good. They're in like one of the bottom 5 teams the whole NHL as far as odds to win it. I think that you might as well tee up the next Chara and Bergeron regime in the front office, because I think they're going to be in trouble if they bring back this group of players and this core of guys.
So I did. Oh, sorry to cut you off. I did look it up earlier in the week. I think they might have been 26th out of 30, if I'm not mistaken. But they're down there, and I think that's earned. If you ask me right now, as it stands today, I have them out of the playoffs. Last year I had them in for some strange reason. I don't know, first-year bump for Sturm, and no one was expecting anything, sneaking up on teams. They were out the year before, you know what I mean, Mess?
Mm-hmm.
This year I sort of expect just the opposite. I expect them to, unless they do, this is as it stands today. Let me see what the offseason looks like.
Look, there are teams that should run it back and teams that shouldn't. If the Bruins run it back, they're asking for a beating.
Seriously.
So they need to upgrade, and more than just we're going to improve from within. They need to upgrade.
We continue with your thoughts. 617-779-0985. Open board. Jump aboard, and we'll talk about whatever you want because it's an agenda-free Friday. We're back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Maz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Maz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
I think when we look at the offseason that the Red Sox just had, we can agree to disagree on, I guess, the number 2, number 3, whatever. I think Ranger Suarez and Sonny Gray have been great. Like they fit the number 2 profile for me. Where I think that Breslow doesn't get the pass at all is you replaced Alex Bregman with Wilson Contreras and you're also getting a career year out of Wilson Contreras that I don't think that, like, you're not going to get credit for that either. Like, he's been outstanding, but he's also been a guy that has had injury history, and you're cashing in on the fact that he's been healthy this year, knock on wood, and he's also having a career year, probably going to have a career high in home runs this year, but it should have been Bregman and Contreras.
Absolutely.
Like, that's where... Yeah, like they put too many eggs in the Roman Anthony basket. And I feel like we even said that at the beginning of the year, where Roman Anthony, yes, face of the franchise, superstar talent, like all these things. But that doesn't mean that he can carry the offense by himself. It was, 2 steps forward, 50 steps back. Like, I didn't think that they were going to suck this bad.
I thought they might stink. I mean, I kind of felt that way at the end of spring training. I'm like, what do we really got here? I didn't think they'd suck this bad either.
No, I don't know how you could. With their pitching, you thought that alone would keep them right around 500.
And what's amazing is their pitching has kind of lived up to it.
Yeah, it has. The starting pitching, anyway.
Has the bullpen bad?
I mean, yes. Overall, yes. Chapman's been fine. Whitlock's been fine. But Weisert's blown a crap ton of games. Slayton has blown games. Even Whitlock and Chapman, like, again, yesterday, Chapman lost the game. So I would say untimely defeats. It's not like Chapman has sucked. But yes, overall, their bullpen has lost games. You could tie that to the fact that they can't score. So there's a lot of pressure on the bullpen. But the only area that I think has been pretty good is their starting pitching.
Still, how could you have predicted this?
Not this.
Well, isn't also the run differential out of whack to their...
Yeah, their run differential is basically even.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking yesterday, though. There were only like 5 teams in the American League or 3 teams in the American League that have plus run differential. Everybody else has negative.
Wow.
So the league blows. So that's another thing, though. The league blows, and you suck. You follow me?
Oh, yeah.
It should be an easy league to be 500 in.
Right.
And they're not. I mean, the only thing they've done remotely well is the starting pitching.
617-779-0985. Tyler in Sudbury with a thought for me. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, Felger. I just want to get your opinion on a little hockey thought.
Yep.
Jonathan Toews announced his retirement today, and I always kind of thought of him as a similar player as Bergeron. With Bergeron's number being retired in Boston, how many players on those Blackhawks teams that won those 3 cups should get their jerseys hung up in Chicago? I mean,
glad you...
Toews won.
Toews, absolutely. You thought that... See, this is a problem with the Bruins fans. You think Bergeron was Toews. Toews was better.
Yeah, 3 cups. And for that first one, he was the Conn Smythe winner in 2010.
Toews was better. Toews wasn't quite the Selke machine that Bergeron was, but he was a very good defensive player, very responsible 3-zone player, and was better offensively.
I mean, you might think differently. For me, those Chicago teams that won those 3 cups, he's the most important piece, I thought.
So should he have his number retired? Automatic. But in Chicago, like, again, so I'm the small hall guy. So someone sent me an email on this. This is a good email. It just sort of speaks to what I'm talking about. Like, I think the Bruins retired jerseys should be or Esposito, Bork. That's it. And like I said, Bergeron would be the 4th. I'd put Bergeron up there over Neely. I'd put him over Middleton, over O'Reilly, over Chara, over anyone else they have up there. Bergeron would get a sniff, but if it were really me, there'd be 3 jerseys up there. I'm that guy. Someone sent me Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Penguins. You know this is a Pittsburgh Penguins banner or retirement section with integrity. Guess who the 2 retired jerseys are in Pittsburgh?
Lemieux.
Yager.
1-2. And they retired Michael Briere, who had a good rookie year and then died of a car accident in the offseason in 1970. So that's kind of like a
posthumous type thing.
A special kind of exception. But they, for all intents and purposes, have retired 2 numbers. 66 and 68. And then they're going to put 97 up there.
And if that was the Celtics running them, you'd
87,
have 87. Barrasso, Kevin Stevens.
Right, exactly. Coffee, they do all that. But that's a banner. That's okay.
That's real integrity.
So if I were the Blackhawks, I was just trying to think this off the top of my head. I'd go Makita, Stan Mikita, Bobby Hull, Toews, and Kane. That's it. That's it.
I don't think they had a great defenseman. Maybe Tony Esposito?
So Chris Chelios.
Oh, right.
So here's their actual list. Glenn Hall. He was the goalie, right?
Yep.
Pierre Pilot.
Who cares?
I don't know who that is. 55 to 68. Keith Magnuson. Sorry. Chelios, I get it.
Yeah.
Bobby Hull, yes. Denny Savard. Tony Esposito. I loved to when I was in Milwaukee. Can we go down to the Blackhawks and see that Tony Esposito was like a cult hero down there? They loved Tony Esposito.
They retired Keith Magnuson.
So that's not quite. But Tony Esposito, did he ever win a cup? I don't think so.
No.
The Blackhawks didn't win in the 70s, did they? He played from 69 to 84. So there's just a few too many names there. Hull, Makita, Toews, Kane. Lemieux, Yager, Crosby.
Malkin. You got to put Malkin on there.
Out on Malkin. Out. That's what I want, Ted Williams, David Ortiz.
Clemens.
I guess.
Pedro.
Yes, I guess. I want only the cream
of the crop.
of the cream of the cream.
I mean, Pedro over Clemens then.
Pedro over Clemens, yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say Pedro bought a championship, but really the championship, it was not about him. He was sort of a side piece.
And look, there was buzz in box office for Clemens. I was a kid. I was into it, but there was nothing like Pedro. I mean, the guy took over the city. That alone, I think he goes up there.
Brady, Hannah, Gronkowski. Brady, Hannah, Vinatieri.
No Tippett?
Nope. The cream, the tippy of the tippest top.
Tippett was pretty damn good.
The tippiest of the tippy top is my retired jerseys, my Hall of Fame. Just that. Kuzi, Russell, Bird, Heinsohn. I don't want to give you Havlicek, but just the tip of the top. That's it.
I'd be okay with that.
Those are the coolest lists. So, good for the Penguins. Crosby, Yager.
You mean Lemieux, Yager?
Lemieux, Yager, and Crosby's coming. Derek in Foxborough. Go ahead, Derek, on this kind of topic.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that, there shouldn't be too
Hold
many
on one
names.
second. Now the ref is down, rolling around on the ground.
Looks like he's got a
cramp,
some sort of cramp. Yeah.
Biggest problem with the sport.
Needs a hydration break.
The guy's rolling around on the ground.
Although that could be plantar fasciitis.
And now it's the ref. We've got to sit here and watch, get stretched out, watch him roll around on the ground too. Biggest problem in the sport of soccer. Get up.
Oh, we got a
lady ref. Lady
Get in there.
replacement.
Get in there, lady. Get in there and finish the match.
Oh, she's bringing him a snack.
Water.
No. She's got like a little mini Gatorade thing.
Oh, my God. That's so soft.
They now take hydration.
Could you be any softer?
They now take hydration breaks. This shouldn't be happening.
This is so soft. The ref, she ran out a little sippy cup for him.
What was that?
It was like do you remember the teeny drinks? You're probably a little too old for those.
Were they wax? Like in a wax bottle almost?
No,
you know what I mean?
They looked like little jugs. It was like pure sugar. Here, have a teeny drink, ref.
Oh, no, he's walking just fine.
These men.
I'm telling you, look at this guy's outfit.
Men's soccer is so soft. We got a caller earlier that said the women don't roll around. The women are so much tougher than the men. And I'm not even saying that for effect. It's not even debatable.
Oh, the outfit of the U.S. Manager?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's like a hipster bartender.
He looks like a freaking bartender. He totally looks like a bartender, and his guts hanging out, too.
Right, from the Czech Republic.
The slob.
No, he's totally. Pochettino?
Yeah, Pochettino.
Is it Pochettino or Pochettino?
Well, the Italian CH is a...
Whatever, he's good.
It's a sound.
It feels like he's brought us to the next level.
Like gnocchi.
But the men's soccer is so soft. We just had to wait for a minute for the ref to roll around on the ground. And then the alternate ref, or whoever that was, brought him a little sippy cup, and he popped right up. God, that was so soft.
It's like Popeye getting the spinach.
That was like a what do they used to call it? The stuff for the babies, Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Pedialyte. They brought him out there.
Derek and Foxborough, I'm sorry to interrupt. What was your take?
Oh, no, yeah. So, yeah, I agree there shouldn't be too many names, but when you open the door by putting Bergeron and even Chara in, I think you now have to put in Tim Thomas. They wouldn't have won anything without him. Those two wouldn't even have a title without Tim Thomas. I think he should be in, too.
No.
I know he's kind of an a-hole at the end, but he should be in.
No, that's not why he's off. He wasn't here long enough. He had I'm dumping. He had 5 good years. It's just not quite enough.
No, well, look, longevity's got to count for something. I mean, I'm not telling you it's the only thing. If you have only that, you shouldn't be up there.
By the way, that's why I would be no on Neely. It just wasn't quite long enough.
But I do think there are those cases where someone's impact was so great over a short period of time that you can say, all right, we'll allow it. Like Pedro's gray. I mean, again, it wasn't a long time. He was here 7 years. Clemens was here for 13 or something like that, 11?
I'm not saying I sound like those guys. Both those guys, like that phrase, the cliche, they changed everything. So I give them a huge amount of deference. But I just want a wall with integrity. With the tippiest of the tippy top. Clemens never won here. And when Pedro did win here, he was, a secondary consideration. Let's finish this off here.
They should blow the freaking whistle. It's over. The ball's down at the other end now. Blow the whistle. Game over. Done.
Well, remember, that ref is a little
we got to wait another minute of stoppage time for the ref to roll around on the ground.
That's ridiculous. It says +6, and they're at 97.
I know. So this is another thing. This part doesn't bother me. This is something that really bothers Americans, that they say there's 7 minutes left, and now there's 7 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock, and they're still playing. Why? Because it's not 6 minutes, it's 6 minutes-ish.
Yeah, if you watch 2 matches, you get it. And you can pretty much do the math in your head. Like with how many guys flop, how many guys are down. You can pretty much guess before they even say it. This will probably be 6, this might be 7.
But it's not just that. They wait for a scoring chance to, and not just a scoring chance, but a build-up. They let that play out.
Yeah, I would use common sense, though. The ball's down at the other end of the field. U.S. is up 2 goals. They have possession. Blow the freaking whistle.
Like I said, Americans have a hard time with this. This is not on my list.
Yeah,
I don't even care about the +6 versus the +7. The game's over. Let's get out of here.
I actually kind of like it. That the Americans are sitting there going, but the damn clock says it's over. Well,
it is over.
That's not American. American.
No chance here.
You should be able to pull the goalie in soccer.
They can. They bring them forward all the time.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Like a last-second corner kick, you'll see the goalie up there. There it is.
It's all over.
Final.
There he is. Freaking bartender. Look at him.
I know.
He looks like a country musician.
He's changed everything, buddy. That manager has changed everything. I'll give you some thoughts on this match, starting with we sucked in the second half. We sucked on ice in the second. That was a bad half. That half kind of has me a little pissed off. But you want to weigh in on the match? You want to weigh in anything that we've done today? By all means, 617-779-0985. Open board right to you after Murray's 90-second update, no commercials.